Biotech Academy. Topic: Higher Education System. What is education? Education plays an important role in the development of human resources of a nation. It plays an important role in economic, cultural, and social development. Education is a lifelong learning process. Education is acquisition of knowledge. It helps in the holistic development of the child personality. There are different definitions proposed by different philosophers about education. According to the Pestology, education is natural, harmonious, and progressive development of men's innate power. According to the Swami Dayanand, education is a supreme and most important moral process for the development of mankind. According to the Aristotle, education is the creation of soul, mind in a sound body. According to the Aurobindo, education means helping the growing soul to draw out the itself. According to the John Davy, education is the process of continuous reconstruction of experience. There are four pillars of education by United National Education, Scientific and Cultural Organization, UNESCO, which states about the education throughout life is based on four pillars. There are learning to know. It implies learning how tolerant and developing one's concentration, memory, skills, and ability to think. Learning to do. It means putting knowledge and learning into practice. Throughout the skills, developing and practice know how to do that. Learning to live together. It involves the development of social skills and values. Learning to be, which involves activities that foster personal development, like a body, mind, and spirit. There are different types of education, mainly two: formal and informal settings. Formal and informal education. The first one is informal education. Informal education is a general term of education. Informal education. Informal education is general term of education that can be occurred outside of the structured curriculum. They are not systematically arranged, not observed by any formalities, rules and regulations and discipline. Formal education. Formal education is a classroom based education which is provided by the trained teachers in a systematic way within school, higher education institutions, or universities. Formal education is fixed with a limited period of time with the teaching, learning, practice. It is a fixed point of entry and exit process. Formal education, there are three types of formal education: primary education, secondary education, and tertiary education. Primary classes, upper primary classes are primary education, primary classes 1 to 5, upper primary classes 6 to 8. Secondary education, middle classes like 9 to 10, upper middle classes are 11 to 12. These two are important for the bid point of view. And tertiary education is again divided into three forms: higher education, professional education, and vocational education and training. Higher education, example like science, commerce, arts, professional education, medicine, traditional education, engineering, polytechnics, architecture, and modern educations like e-courses, computer, travel and tourism, hospitality, and aviations. So let me discuss the bits which are related to the primary education and secondary education. So primary education is provides the students with a basic understanding of various subjects as well as the skills that they will be throughout their lives. The primary education which is started on 86th constitutional amendment on 2002, which according to the article 21A in the constitution, making the right to education act, it is a fundamental right, which is related to the article 21A. Article 21A, it is the right to education act is a fundamental right. The right of children to free and compulsory education act in 2009 was established on 1st April 2010. Okay, remember this. Secondary education. Secondary education focuses on the education of the children aged between 14 to 18 years. 14 to 18 years is the secondary education. It develops logical approach of the students and acquisition of the knowledge subjects like related maths, science, social and English. Secondary education are split into two parts: secondary, that is the 9th to 10th; higher secondary, that is the grades from 11 to 12. Tertiary education. Tertiary educations are general, vocational and professional courses. There are three levels of tertiary education, higher education, as that graduation level, post graduation level and research level. Research level is related to the PhD fellowship level, postdoctoral level, and some of the higher institutions which are related to the higher education, they are offering diploma courses like PGDBA and PGDBCA. Okay, and chartered accountancy also they are offering, and vocational education is conducted by all India, and state boards also offering vocational education for the few of the uh, people. Education system in India, its growth through certain periods. Education systems which are started, the growth of the education which started from certain periods. The education in ancient period, the history of the education in India can be traced into ancient era. Education in ancient India begins around 3rd century BC, which is started in 3rd century BC. In ancient, both formal and informal ways of education system are existed. Indigenous education was imparted at homes, temples, and patashalas, talls, chatuspadis, and gurukulas. Education in India dates back early civilization by the teaching learning process revolving which is around on the gurukula systems. This ancient education was written by the Vedic literature. Okay, in Vedic period, the teacher, guru or teacher is used to give the knowledge for the people. It is based on the Vedic literature. It consists of 8 different forms: 4 Vedas, 6 Vedangas, 4 Upavedas, 4 Brahmanas, 108 Upanishads, and 6 systems of philosophy, Bhagavad Gita, and 3 Smritis. This is important on exam point of view. And Sanskrit is formed by the basis of the delivering Vedic education. During Vedic period, peoples used to go to the Gurukulas. Gurukulas are formal institutions of learning and also has the resided there in order to gain education. So in Gurukulas, people are staying in Gurukulas for learning knowledge and gaining knowledge. And the Gurukula system are giving teaching, learning by residing to gain education. In Gurukul system of education, the majority of the pupils were boys. There were also a provision for the girls' education, but the most of the majority of the people are boys. Apart from the Gurukulas, parishads are called the academies, viharas, and sammelans in that time they're called as sammelans. Now we are calling as conferences were also among many institutions of higher education. There are different objectives of education: formation of good and moral characters, preservation and spread of ancient culture, inculcation of social and civic duties, and stress on the perfection of the physical, mental, and intellectual personality of the student. Communication of loyalty, communication of loyalty and righteousness. There are four Vedas are there: Rig Veda, Samaveda, Yajurveda, Atharvaveda. Rig Veda is the principal and oldest form of four Vedas. It is an ancient Indian collection of Vedic hymns. Samaveda. It is a melodies and chants. It is also an ancient Vedic text and scriptures of Hinduism. Yajurveda. Yajurveda is the prose mantras of for worship. Atharvaveda. Atharvaveda is belongs to the Atharvan and Angirasan poets. There are around 760 of hymns and about 160 of hymns common Rigvedas. This is common to the Rigveda, and somewhere it's called as a Veda of a magical formula. Institutions of higher learning. Nalanda as a Buddhist center of learning from 400 CE. Nalanda has been known as for the first great residential universities in recorded history, which is established by the Sankraditya of Gupta dynasty in the modern Bihar. Nalanda made unique contributions to the evolution, expansion, and refinement for Indian culture. The library of Nalanda University was the largest library of the ancient world. Taxila. Taxila, also called as Takshashila. It is a chief center for learning 6th century BC. It is described as the first university which is established all across the globe. Taxila was not only the center of higher education, but it is also an important center of Brahmanical education. Within 60 courses are in different subjects. It is offering 60 courses in different subjects. Takshila, which is related to the Brahmanical education and which offers the 60 courses to the different subjects. Vikramshila. Vikramshila, it was the setup and established by the Emperor Dharmapala of Pal dynasty in 8th century in the northeast Magadha. The university was the famous for religious teaching, and here 108 scholars were appointed as the in charge of various temples. Vikramshila is the imperial Dharmapala of Pal dynasty. This remember. Jagadala is the Bengal constructed monastery. Mm, Odantapuri is a university which is established by the long time by the king of Pala dynasty. Solathongi is an important center of learning Karnataka. Enayiram is located in Tamil Nadu. This is the university which is provided for the free boarding and dents. Education in modern period. In now modern period, what is the education? This is a modern period is by the British government or East India Company is the modern period, and the Christian missionaries are running Indian intellectuals and reformers. The Britishers, they did not only want some educated Indians who could assist them in the administration of land, but also wanted to. Let me see some of the questions which are related to this, what we have discussed the concept. The first question is why education is considered important? Why education is considered important? It plays an important role in economic, cultural, and social development. It helps in the development of skills, attitudes, habits, and values. It helps in the holistic development of child personality. What is the right answer? The answer is D, all of the above. Next question. Education is natural, harmonious, and progressive development of men's innate power. Who said these words? John Davy, Pestology, Aristotle, Arvindo, Tagore. Education is natural, harmonious, progressive development of men innate power by Pestology. Which of the following is not characteristic of informal education? It takes place outside the classroom. It provides by the agencies such as home, family, and community. It is provided by trained teachers in a systematic way. Education can occur outside of a structured classroom. See, it's not related characteristic of informal education. A, B, and D are related to the informal education, but C is not related to the informal education. It's related to the formal education. Right? So C is the correct answer. When the Right of Children to Free and Compulsory Education Act 2009 because operative in the country. 1st April 2010, 1st March 2010, 1st May 2010, 1st January 2010. What is the answer? The answer is 1st April 2010. The secondary education comprises classes. Secondary education comprises of A 7 to 8, B 9 to 12, C 9 to 10, D is 6 to 7. You know very well, the B is the right answer. 9 to 12. Right? Under which constitutional amendment the right to education has been made as a fundamental right? 80th Amendment, 86th Amendment, 85th Amendment, 91st Amendment, 86th Amendment. What was the basis of education in the ancient period of India? A. Philosophy, B. Religion, C. Science, D. Both A and B. See, in ancient period, philosophy and religion act both are there. Okay. Next question is, which of the basis of delivering Vedic education in ancient India? Prakrit, Sanskrit, Pali, Arabic. Vedic education in ancient India is Sanskrit. Consider the following statements. You look at the statements carefully, read it carefully, then go for the answer. In the ancient period, people had a belief that through religious education they would attain salvation. Yes, the statement is correct. Ancient people believed that religious education they would attain salvation. Gurukul system of education is also known as a Vedic system of education. Third one is the Vedic system of education. People's occupies a vital position as compared to their guru or teacher. Which of the above statement is correct? The answer is B. 1 and 2. 1 and 2 are two statements. Both are correct. Yeah, 2. You should get one more. Next, consider the following statements. During the Vedic period, Gurukulas were the formal institutions of learning. Gurukulas were not residential schools. During the period, there were equal number of Gurukulas for both the girls and boys. Which of the above statement is correct? During the Vedic period, Gurukulas were the formal institutions for learning. So only A is correct. No, residential schools, no, there are residential schools are there. There were equal number of Gurukulas, both girls and no boys are majority boys are there, right? So they are not both equal numbers. So 2 and 3 statements are wrong. So only A is the correct. Okay, so you can pick like this. Consider the following statements about the Gurukul systems of India, Gurukul systems of education. It was based on a residential concept. It provides religious and philosophical education. Pupils were imparted education only through Shruti. Which of this statement is correct? What is the answer? So first statement is correct. It was the based on residential concept. It provides religious and philosophical education. Peoples were imparted education only through Shruti. It's not only through Shruti. So 1 and 2 are correct. B is the correct answer. Next question. Which of the following statement is carried out by the Gurukul education system. See, the majority of the questions which are related to the Gurukul systems. So this topic you have to thorough it. So its aim was to preserve and transmit Indian culture. It provided basic religious education. Sanskrit was the main language in the system. All of the above. What is the answer? It aims to preserve the Indian culture. It is also basic education. It is the main language system, Sanskrit language system. Hence, D is the correct answer. All of the above. Vedic literature was considered of the 108 Upanishads, 4 Vedas, 4 Upavedas, all of the above. So Vedic literature is related to the 108, 4 Vedas, 4 Upavedas. So D is the correct answer. The next question is Nalanda, Takshashila, Odantapuri and Jagadala are the examples of universities of the period of ancient period, medieval period, modern period, prehistoric period. So the answer is ancient period. After the Vedic system of education, which system of education is emerged? Education based on Buddhist studies, education based on sutras and epics, education based on Urdu literature, and D is only A and C. So the answer is sutras and epics. Education based on sutras and epics. The next question, during ancient period students were taught by which method? Only Shruti, only Smriti, both A and B, none of this. In ancient period, both are there, both methods, Shruti and Smriti, both methods are there. Which of the following was an early education institute in India? Early education institute in India is Gurukul. The next question is which ancient university was one of the world's first residential university? World's first residential university is Nalanda. Name the emperor who set up the established Vikramshila University. Vikramshila University by Dharampala, Bhanugupta, Kumargupta and Ashok. What is the answer? The answer is Dharampala, which was reigned by the Bakhtiyar Khilji in 1203 ADs by Nalanda, Vrikshamshila, Jagadala, Nadia. The answer is Vikramshila. The curriculum of Nalanda, Takshashila and other ancient universities consisted of A. Medicine, B. Science, C. Archery and D. All of this. The answer is all, which the curriculum of Nalanda is considered by all of this: medicine, science, archery. Students of which university were generally offered higher posts? Vikramshila, Vallabhai, Mithila, Nadia. So generally offered by the Vallabhai. Which university of higher education was situated in Tamil Nadu? NIERM. NIERM is situated in Tamil Nadu. The next question. Nalanda University was destroyed by Mughals. During medieval period, which dynasty promoted learning, arts and literature in India? In dynasty period, which dynasty period arts and literature, learning by arts and literature? By Mughal. Okay, this we can stop here and we can discuss the continuation topic by the higher education to the next video. Thank you all. Please subscribe my channel for the next upcoming videos. Thank you all.